Morning, Aracely. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm okay, I guess. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. Aracely, my name is Lakiva Basin, and I want to go over a few things before we get started. Were you able to complete the intake questionnaire?
Yes, I completed it yesterday.
On that questionnaire, you had to enter a unique code. For safety reasons, can you tell me the code that you entered? This confirms you filled out the form.
Yes, the code is 123456.
Perfect. Thank you. So, before we get started, let's discuss some things about confidentiality. I must safeguard any information you disclose to me, regardless of where it has been stored, whether it's paper, computer, or recording, anything. I also must ensure this information is secure and not in a place that's accessible to others. Confidentiality also has its limitations. We may release information to appropriate individuals after only after careful deliberation when there is imminent danger to you and the community. Also, there are cases where we consult with our colleagues to make written or oral reports. However, we only reveal information relevant to the consultation's purpose. We only discuss confidential information from our work, the people clearly concerned, or for scientific, medical, and professional purposes. In the case of disclosure, we take reasonable steps to ensure that the information will not be misused, misunderstood, or misinterpreted to infringe on human rights, whether it's intentionally or unauthentically. We may also disclose confidential information only when you or any legal representative gives consent, unless it is prohibited by law. I know that I'm giving you quite a bit of information. I want to make sure that you are following me. Your privacy is very important.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I want you just to remember that we sometimes discuss things with our colleagues or other professionals. Um, that would be some of your confidential information. When we seek a second opinion from a colleague or professional, we make sure that the extent to which we disclose information is limited to what is needed to achieve the purpose. And lastly, we do not reveal confidential and personal identifiable information of our clients in our writings, our lectures, our classroom discussions, or other public media. You or your legal representative consented in writing. There is legal authorization, or we take reasonable steps to disguise the client inadequately. Okay, so that's all that I have now for confidentiality. Do you have any questions?
No, not at this moment.
Okay, so we're going to move forward. Please understand that your complete honesty and openness is needed in order for me to try to help. I know you filled out some questions on the intake questionnaire, but I would like to just reiterate some things to make sure that I am clear on what has occurred. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right. So, Araceli, according to the information that you gave, I can see that you recently suffered a loss in your family.
Unfortunately, I lost my husband to gun violence.
Okay, well, I'm truly sorry to hear that. You definitely have my sincerest condolences.
Thank you.
I can also see that you have two children. You have a girl who is 16 and a boy who is 11. And the boy was present during this time of the accident.
Yes, that's correct.
All right, so can you share with me in great detail as much as you can recall about what happened on this tragic day?
I can. On May 1st, my husband, myself, and my son headed out on a normal day for my son's Little League football game. My husband enjoyed coaching my son's team. He was very active in this way. For some reason, I felt very uneasy about this particular game. The team we were playing has a reputation for being hostile and confrontational, and the coaches had a track record of being violent. Once we arrived at the football game, my husband and I discussed not playing this team and coaches in the future. He promised that this would be the last time. He even decided that he wasn't going to coach this game. He would just mark the first downs. Once the game started, every call that the referees made became an issue. The coaches would run on the field and argue with the officials. After about 20 minutes of this, the referees decided to just call and cancel the game. This really made the other team coaches and parents very upset. Everyone could feel that something was going to happen, so everyone started recording. I could see my son on the sideline with his teammates and my husband on the field standing to the side. As I glanced at my surroundings, I saw my husband picking up things on the field. He was headed to pick up the game ball. I looked away for one moment, and then a fight broke out. In less than 30 seconds of the fight, 5 gunshots rang. My son and his teammates were running in the opposite direction. I was down on the ground, and then I saw my husband down on the ground. Everyone was up and running to their cars, but my husband was still laying there. I knew right then that something wasn't right. I ran over. He was sure shot. People were taking off their shirts trying to stop the bleeding. He started choking on his blood, so I lifted his head. He gathered enough strength to ask me to make find who done this to him. He looked at me in the eyes and said, "I love y'all." And that was pretty much the last time I seen him alive.
Wow, that's really a horrific experience. I am truly sorry that you and your family are having to deal with this. So this is a few months ago. Um, I know that's not a long time, but what is life like now? What are your thoughts? What are you doing to try to move forward?
It's been tough. My husband and I were together for 23 years. He was all I knew. He took care of us. A lot of people would say that I was very spoiled because he literally took care of everything. He gave me and my kids so much, but now none of that even matters. It actually could have been me before this moment. I never really thought about dying or what life for my kids could like if something happened to me.
Sounds like your vision about life has changed.
Yeah, I don't think about it too often, but I'm definitely more aware. I've been thinking about my life so much. I'm wondering, have I been kind enough to people? Have I done things I want to do? It's just a new mentality, but I really feel like none of the material stuff even matters.
Okay, so everyone dies from circumstances. Some plan, some are not. Maybe what's troubling you is that you want to make sure you have lived the way you want to live. So when your time comes, you can appreciate that you have lived your life the way you want it. Um, but why do you say none of that matters?
I say that because he left us so much, we would never have to worry financially. But in a matter of seconds, my entire family has been ripped to pieces. He gave us the world, but the world took him from us.
Is that really how you view it?
Yes, my husband would give anything to anyone. He was a person that he would walk over to the pump to pump the gas for an older person. He would mow your lawn if he saw your grass getting too high. Even he never asked for anything in return, and this is what he got in return. He didn't deserve this.
No, he absolutely did not. You mentioned that he took care of everything. Now that is gone, how are you dealing with having to fill those shoes?
As I mentioned, financially, we won't need anything, so there's no stress there. Thank God. My primary focus is being strong and keeping my kids together. More than anything, my kids now need to realize that it's just us. In a matter of seconds, life can change. One minute, someone is here, and the next minute, they are gone. The money helps us survive, but the goal is to ensure my kids live and thrive.
Sounds like this incident has changed your perception of life.
Oh, yes, and people too.
So you've had a frightening experience and you've come out of it existing, relating to another world on top of the world that you were already relating to.
Yeah, exactly.
So you mentioned not caring about stuff.
Not at all. Stuff doesn't matter. All that matters are people I love.
So it sounds like you want to channel this negative and scary experience into a positive way.
Yes, definitely. It really already has. There's a part of me that will never go back to that old mindset.
So you're kind of free in a sense.
Yes, I would say so. It forced me to take a hard look at my values.
So what will you take with you moving forward from this experience?
The thought that I had when I heard those gunshots, all I thought about was who. I am making my time here special with the people that I love and the people that love me.
Okay, so let's stop here for a moment. According to your intake questionnaire, you seem very reluctant on coming to therapy and sharing your story with a stranger. I first want to say thank you for sharing. Um, I would secondly like to say you are a hero for you and your children. I commend you for your strength and courage to do whatever you need to do to make sure what's left of your family is at its best. I don't want to overwhelm you with too much today. So here is what I would like. I mailed you a notebook that arrived to you yesterday. After this call, can you please date today in that notebook and write down how you felt about this call? You don't really seem like you're very emotional right now, um, but did you feel emotional during this conversation and maybe you held it in? Is it frustrating you that I keep asking all these questions? Do you feel any relief by talking about this? I just want you to write down those feelings and tell me how you feel.
Okay, I can do that.
If you have any emotions or regrets or thoughts between now and next Monday, use the notebook to write those down. I would like to discuss those feelings. I anticipate that you will likely have some other emotions come up.
I sure will. Thank
All right, so in this role play demonstration, we witness the power of existential theory in guiding a client towards discussing how they view the world since this tragic accident. By encouraging the client to be open to continue to discuss what they are feeling, the counselor used the journaling technique with the client.
Good morning, Akiva. Thank you for answering this questionnaire. The purpose of this questionnaire is to gain a deeper understanding of your values, interests, and goals. How have you been since our last session?
Good morning, Aracely. I've been struggling. I feel lost, anxious, unsure. I've been having trouble finding meaning of my life, and it's been affecting my ability to face challenging situations. I just feel lost.
Thank you for sharing that with me. It's completely normal to feel anxious and uncertain at times. Can you share with me what has you feeling lost, anxious, and unsure?
Um, I have recently experienced a job loss, which has led to a divorce. I'm struggling to cope with these significant changes in my life, and I just feel lost without a sense of purpose.
Okay, thank you. Could you briefly describe the circumstances surrounding your job loss and
Sure. I'm sorry. Sure. My husband and I worked together. He told me he was staying late one night and I wanted to surprise him. So I decided to cook dinner and take it to our work. This is when my heart was broken. He was in his office with another woman and they were kissing. He confessed that night that he has been having an affair for the last 2 years. This is the second time that I've caught him cheating, and I did not want to continue in a relationship, but I just didn't feel valued. This is what ultimately led to our divorce, then I ended up resigning from my job.
I'm so sorry to hear that. I can just imagine what you must be feeling. The both major life events that can deeply impact one's sense of purpose. I'm glad that you are here with me today. and together we can explore ways to regain a renewed sense of self and purpose. Today, I like for us to explore the concept of existential theory. Existential theory acknowledges that human beings face existential dilemmas such as the search for purpose, freedom, and responsibility. One technique commonly used is called the here and now. It involves focusing on the present moment and exploring how it impacts your thoughts and emotions.
Oh, wow. I'd like to explore this.
Perfect. Now, what I would like you to do is take a moment to center yourself and then tell me what your thoughts or emotions come up for you right now. Tell me what are your values and what truly matters to you.
I'm feeling a mix of fear and uncertainty. Um, I just don't know what to expect from the future, and it's causing anxiety. I value my relationships with my family and friends, but I also have a strong desire to make a positive impact on society.
That's wonderful. It seems like your values align with making a difference. Let's dive deeper into solution focused breath therapy now. This approach focuses on identifying solutions rather than dwelling on problems. Can you think of a recent situation you felt satisfied or accomplished?
Well, I used to volunteer at a local animal shelter. I remember feeling a deep sense of satisfaction and joy from helping those animals find loving homes.
Excellent. Notice how engaging in volunteering work aligns with your values. It seems like making a positive impact is something that brings you joy. It also sounds like connecting with animals and making a positive impact in their lives resonates with you. Let's explore ways to integrate this passion into your new journey. Have you considered any possibilities to reconnect with a passion or pursue similar avenues?
Well, I think I could start by joining a local community organization or maybe finding volunteer opportunities that align with my values. I want to make sure that I can make a difference in animals' lives. If I can help animals find homes, I feel that I have done something right. I can also initiate conversations about important causes with friends and families to just raise more awareness.
Those are excellent ideas. Taking action towards your passion will give you a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Remember, it's essential to approach challenges as opportunity for growth. Can you think of any obstacles that may arise on this journey for you?
Mm, well, I am a little worried that I may not be able to find it fulfilling, or that I may be too scared to take this step forward. How can this fulfill or complete my life? I feel that others may not understand or even support my aspirations.
These ballots are very valid. We can explore solutions together. How can you manage your time effectively to prioritize your passions? And is there a way to communicate your goals and desires effectively to gain support from your loved ones?
Instead of, I guess, viewing my life without a purpose, I can take a step forward and make sure that I'm settling the values that I have in other work. For example, volunteering. I can connect with those that are also in need, like myself. I feel that I may be able to put myself back together and little by little find my missing puzzle pieces.
That sounds like a great. Remember that personal growth is a journey and setbacks are part of it. Embrace the process and celebrate your process along the way. Between sessions, I encourage you to reflect on what we discussed today and practice techniques that we explored. Together, we can help you overcome your challenges and find a more fulfilling life. I also suggest moving forward to our next sessions that we incorporate journaling exercises, visualization techniques, and reflect activities to deepen your self exploration and reconnect with your values and passions.
I can do that. I guess, do you suggest that I journal everything?
Journal the moments that make you feel lost. When you feel that you have something coming over you, you can definitely journal that in. And the moments that bring you joy. Pay attention to the little details that we have.
I can do that. Thank you, Aracely. This session has given me a new perspective on how to face my anxiety, fears, and my insecurities. I really already feel more empowered.
You're very welcome. In this role play demonstration, we witness the power of existential therapy and solution focused free therapy in guiding a client towards self discovery and personal growth. By encouraging the client to explore their values, passions, and solutions, the counselor empower the client to overcome challenges and take active steps towards a more fulfilling life.